You used to. Yeah. You used to call me on my cell phone.
What's going on, guys? It's Waithe here, and in today's video I am back. It's been literally like 3 days since I uploaded. I'm on a roll. I'm on the roll. Now in today's video we're going to be doing my first time. That's why I've got the bed here, and here we go. Yeah, you ready? Oh! No, but in today's video we're going to be doing the first time tag, and it's basically my first times in life. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm getting very hot in this. Don't know why I chose to wear 2 jumpers. Yeah. Here we go. I just broke my watch. So yeah, this is going to be the dirty version. I saw JC Kian do it a few days ago, so I was like, I might as well. You know, there's 200,000 of you, so I thought we're at that comfort stage where we can talk about stuff like this. Sex education with Adam. Just my education of my sex, and I'm gonna have to beep some of this. So the first question is, first girlfriend. Now you're all probably thinking, oh, Adam, you've never had a girlfriend in your life. That is partly true. When I was in, I don't know if this counts, that's the thing, because when I was in like year 4, year 5, or actually no wait, it was year 4 and year 5, I fancied this girl, and I'm not going to say her name. I don't know if she ever would watch this, but you know, it's always good to be safe. But I had this crush on this girl, and I was a socially awkward child when I was in year 4. And I'd pass notes, you know, you see when you used to pass notes around, and I completely skipped the conversation where you're like, hello, how are you? Well, obviously I'm not going to say hello, how are you? I'm like 2. So I skipped the point where you're like, Google gaga. No, but yeah, we hadn't spoken before, we hadn't engaged in any playtime activities or anything, and you know, I went straight in for the kill. So I wrote a little note saying, will you go out with me? Because I just fancied her so much, and I didn't know how to go about it. You know, I've only just seen females. That's a lie. You know, I was only young, so I had no experience. I'm in year 4, give me a break. So I literally was like, will you go out with me? And I had to get all my mates to pass it around. But I precisely remember the situation being so awkward. I remember passing it to my mate, and then he'd pass it to the girl who never spoke, and then she'd pass it round, and then it got to the girl, and then he said her name then, but I won't. And then I just remember her looking at it, and I don't know, I wanted to run away. I wanted to do an Oliver Twist and just run away. Luckily, she sent me a note back, and it said, okay. That was it. You know, that's how simple it was back then. That was my first girlfriend. This is going to go on to the next question, which is my first breakup, and it was literally 2 weeks after this experience in year 4. I remember she said something that really upset me when I was younger, and it was literally 2 weeks after we went out, and I literally remember saying goodbye and then running out of the classroom, and then just running. I don't know where I was going, I just remember running. But yeah, that was my first girlfriend and my first breakup. It was quite emotional. Yeah, if there was Drake back then, I'd be listening to Drake when I was in year 4, but you know, Mary had a little lamb in that. Right, so the next question is my first kiss. I'm not going to name any more names, I can just remember, oh. Right, all I'm going to say is my first my first kiss was in a shed. Now that sounds dodgy, it just does. When I was younger, I'd say I was about 10, 11 when I had my first kiss. We used to always have this spot where we used to go, and it was in a shed, and it just sounds weird, but it was actually a really cozy shed. You know, we'd kit it out when we were young, and it would be like a little play area where we'd have all the games, and you know, it was a really cushy little den. And we used to do dares, but they would just be so innocent dares, like, oh, I dare you to pick that flower. Grrr. And then I remember that I got dared. My mate set me up, and he was like, I dare you to kiss the girl, I'm not going to say her name, on the lips. And obviously I'm not going to go full tongue, I'm like 10. It was like a moment in The Weakest Link where you're about to choose the question. My heart was beating so much, and I'm just there like. I didn't actually do that noise, it sounds like I'm a frog. So yeah, I went in and I just kissed, but it wasn't like a kiss. It was more of a, okay, our lips are touching, but we're not moving or anything. It's more like. Yeah, you know, that was my first kiss, so I can't complain. I kissed someone when I was like 11 and 10. Wow! Laddie-o! Laddie-o. Laddie-o. JC and Kian have literally ruined my life now. It's just all out there, isn't it? Right, so the next question is, my first boner. And why am I'm 20? Why am I laughing about this shit? Why am I what? Again, when I was younger, I think I was quite an innocent child until about 14, I'd say, but I remember it was a transition. I remember this so well, it's so cringe, oh god. Right, so it was a transition from going from year 6 to year 7, so it was the summer, it was the summer into going to high school. We used to go to this corner shop which used to have, you know, The Sun and all these magazines, and then at the top shelf, they used to have all these nudie mags, and, you know, young little mixed race boy, intrigued by that, I used to always get told off for looking up. I was like, boobies. But I remember The Sun magazine was the most accessible magazine to see a pair of watermelons ever. So when I was 13, I think 13, I would open the first page and page 3 was there and I'd be like, hallelujah. I was only young, so I only saw it just to see these wonderful creations that I'd never seen before when I was younger. And then one day I was looking at it and I, you know, there's just the, ba-ding, yeah, so you get the point. So it just out the blue when I was in year 7, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt guilty. I felt like going to church. I thought I'm not a Christian. I'm not religious, but I thought I had sinned. I thought that, like, I don't know. I thought there was the devil coming out of somewhere. Ding! Now the next first time thing is what you've all probably been waiting for. Is my first sex experience. Now I was 16 when I actually lost it. I actually hadn't done anything, you know, naughty until I was 16. So I was a good boy. I was a very good boy. Well, that was only down to the fact I couldn't pull. We were on a mini lads holiday, and you know, from what I can remember, it wasn't amazing. You know, you always picture the romantic candles and the bed, and I stayed in the bed because it was on the floor. It just wasn't romantic. It just wasn't romantic. It wasn't anything special. It wasn't anything passionate. It wasn't love. You know, I've watched all these films. I've watched The Notebook. It was more like The Inbetweeners. Honestly, if I would compare it to anything, it would be so far from The Notebook. It would be literally Will from Inbetweeners. Just imagine. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. It did get very dark and intimate. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a cheeky thumbs up and share it around your friend. I feel like we've hit a new stage now. You know, there's 200,000 people of view. Well, nearly. There's like 400 away. But I literally just want to thank you all for the continuous support over the last 2 years. And this year is going to be very productive for me. I'm uploading every single day on my gaming channel. You can check that out below. And also twice a week on this channel. So I look forward to that. You know, I do feel kind of naked now. I've just let everything out. And Mum, I'm very sorry for how you had to find out about this. Anyways, comment down below any videos that you want to see on this main channel, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out, dickheads.